Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you see some guests in the background, we are going to see how long they last in here without bothering me. But today's video is a video I'm hoping will turn out okay. But this video is going to be about how I transfer plants into semi-hydro. So before we get into that, if you're new here, hi, hello, my name's Emily. If you're not new here, thank you for coming back to another video. So I'm going to try and describe. There's a spider on the window. It's on the outside of the window, but there's still a spider on the window. Refocus. So I'm going to try and describe how I transfer plants from soil into semi-hydro, whether that be pond or this one I'm actually going to be transferring this Hoya into leca, and we're going to try that out. So I am not an expert whatsoever. This is just how I do it, how I've seen other planty YouTubers do it, and I've got a few different, I've done it a few ways. So the first way, well actually let's rewind here. In every single alocasia that I have in pond at the moment, I have just gone straight from soil to pond. I've just rinsed off the roots with getting rid of as much dirt as I could, and then I just potted it into the Lechuza pond. This one, which is my variegated dragon scale, I actually put it into, what is this, stratum and perlite first. And this has been sitting in a stratum perlite mix for 2 months now. I know. It was only going to be in there for a couple weeks, but now the roots are coming out of the cup. Definitely needs to be repotted. I'm hoping I can get those roots out without destroying them. This Hoya, I've never done this. This has actually been sitting in just water for, I want to say a week, maybe 2 at the most. It's probably been about a week and a half of this has been sitting in water. It was very deflated, especially here on the ends. I just wasn't watering it enough, I guess. I don't know what was going on with that. But it has pretty much fully pumped back out, and so I am going to be transferring this one into leca. And this is my dragon's breath. This one is currently in soil, but I'll be putting it in stratum and transferring it that way. So, but before we do that, well, that is my spiel. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I'm centered on the screen, but like because of the sun, what if move up a little bit? It's kind of better, but now I'm like blinded. That's okay. It's fine. Let's start with putting my potting mat out. Let's do that. Okay, that is out. Try and decide which one I want to do first. I think I'm going to do the Hoya first. There is new root growth in here, so that is pretty good. So this is the inner pot to my disco planter here. And it came with this rope. I've never used a self-watering pot with a rope, so we are going to try it out here. I don't know. Let's see. Here's my leca. So leca is just, if you haven't heard of it, it's another form of a semi-hydro substrate. It is just expanded clay balls. Whoop! And they just kind of hold water. Crap, I'm dropping them. And they do the same thing as the Lechuza Pond does. Just as far as what I know, you have to be a little bit more careful with leca because leca doesn't have the maybe it's zeolite. I'm not sure. Anyways, it doesn't have the certain rock that buffers your pH level in your water. And so that's why you have to be a little bit more careful with leca. But leca seems to work very well with Hoyas, and so I'm going to use that for this Hoya. Kind of filled it up a little bit. I do need to move back. Okay. So all I'm doing is just tugging lightly on these roots, and any rotting roots will actually come off. And so that's just why I'm doing it. Because the same thing with pond is you don't want any, any organic matter that is already rotting, because semi-hydro is an inorganic material, and so there's nothing in the inorganic material to kind of eat up the bacteria and stuff that rotting gives off. So it will just essentially keep rotting and eventually rot your plant. That's why you don't want any soil in your So that's why you don't want any organic material or soil on your roots when you transfer them to a semi-hydro, because it will just sit there and rot. Okay. Got a pretty fair amount here. Just like that. All done. I will end up putting her back in her little disco planter and filling up the reservoir in some water. This sun is blinding. Hang on. That's a little better. There's a more shadow on my face. I'm sorry. Let's see here. I actually need to be up. There we go. Okay, the next one I'm going to do is the dragon scale. Excuse me. I need a pot. So I love these 5.5-inch little self-watering pots for my Alocasia. Like, they are, I love them. But they come with the little cash pot, and then you have the white pot for your water reservoir. And that comes with your little meter here so that you can see what the level is, your water level. So to put it together, you have this little floaty. It's like a foam floaty. You stick that onto the straw, and then the floaty part goes into the part with the holes on the bottom. And then your other little tube here that's open on both sides goes over top of that, and you kind of snap it into this bottom. And then what I do is I pull this up, because once it's in, you can pull it up, and there's a hole in here, and I will actually stick the tube through the hole and then push the little glass meter here onto the tube, just so that I don't bend the little straw that's in here. And there's a hole, and it just goes right there, and it sits like that. I really like these planters, and I mean, you can even take this out the whole time. But these are linked in the description if you are interested. Okay, I lied. I'm putting my hair up. I don't want it getting in the way. So, I've heard that the best way to actually do this repotting when it's with stratum is when the pot, or when the stratum in the cup is actually dried out all the way. I don't want to wait any longer, and I forgot to dump the reservoir out of this cup, and so it's okay. Oh, I did it. Pretty much all of the roots came out intact. It's pretty good. Now my hands are gonna get probably black because of the wet stratum, but that's okay. I'm just going to tease the stratum off of these roots. Yeah, do this once your stratum has dried completely. I'm just rushing this because I did not want to put this off any longer. This plant really needed to go to be repotted and put into the pond. Can I help you? She's so curious. Oh man. Okay. So I think that I have pretty much all of the stratum off of here. What I'm going to do is go rinse these roots off. Yeah, this is very messy. It's like playing in wet mud. Mud's wet. Just never mind. I'm trying to go today without having any coffee. And I don't know if it's working. Is that a baby corm? That's what it looks like. Okay. Let me go rinse these off and I will be right back. I have got the roots rinsed off. You can see there's a very extensive root system now, some nice strong roots. And here's that little baby corm I am talking about. There's one right there. I saw another one starting to form. Another one starting to form right there. Got my little pot here, and I've got my pond right here to the side. So just like any other repot or potting up, I'm gonna put a little layer in the bottom here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of spread these roots out. So it sits nice and flush in here. Well, not flush, but you know what I mean. So they kind of get spread out a little bit. And then just like this. So this video is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter video. I'm trying, I don't know what happened last week. Usually I will film Sunday's video and then the Wednesday video the week before it's up, just because I when Alex is home on Sunday and Monday, I really don't do any plant things, just because it's, you know, my time to spend with him. It's kind of like our weekend, or it is his weekend, and I try and make it my weekend. But because of that, I really don't do any planty things besides maybe turning on a light that needs to be turned on, or any lights that aren't on a like timer. Okay. There we go. And so today is Tuesday, and I'm filming this and going to edit this today to hopefully be up for tomorrow. It will get up, but that's just why it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video. But yeah, so this is the newest leaf. Don't remember if I've showed you, but a little bit less variegation, but no big deal. I mean, compared to this one, quite a bit less variegation, but that's okay. I am confident she will pop out another Beautiful leaf. Yeah, compared to all the leaves on here, this is the least variegated leaf. But okay, now that that one is done, you know, I'm just gonna use the same cup for this one. I am going to be putting this one into stratum. Oh, and here in maybe, I don't want to say an actual time frame because the dragon scale was only supposed to be in stratum for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And it was in stratum for 2 months, almost 2.5 months. But I'm gonna try and have it out and be in pond in like 3 weeks. Let's say 3 weeks. But where's my soil bin? Okay. Let's put this over here for now. Okay. You feel very rooted. That's a good sign. Oh, you are very rooted. Nice little root system on here. And we got some corms forming. Oh, they're not even forming. They're corms, but they're just way small. So let's see, there's 1, 2, 3. 3 corms in here, but they're just, like I said, they're very, very small. Why are these roots? So we've got some rotted roots in here because I'm just very gently running my hands through these roots. And I've already pulled off so many. But it was in soil. Honestly, sometimes I forget to water this one, and that's why it died back, and just, it happens, it happens. But there is now our finished root system after I have pulled it off. But we've got a corm here, and we've got 2 on this side, one right here and the other one is right there. So very nice. I'm excited for these corms to grow so that I can harvest them. And now I'm just peeling off any matter. Okay, I'm going to go rinse these roots off and I will be right back. Got the roots pretty dang clean here. Unfortunately, the corm did pop off, so we will take care of that, hoping it sprouts, but more than likely it won't, just because it's super small. But okay, so what I'm just gonna do is fill this up with stratum. just like you're doing any other repot, it's just this one has stratum in it. I am going to be burying the rhizome just a little deeper than normal, just because I want to get some more roots. In here, but just like that, she has now been potted into that. And we are done. So far, these are the 3 that I have transferred into semi-hydro. And honestly, stratum is another form of semi-hydro because it does need a water reservoir. But here these 3 are. I have no doubts that they're gonna do great here in a couple weeks after some new roots have formed. I will be transferring this dragon's breath into pond as well. I'm gonna have to transfer some of these plants that are in my nosebow out because both of these live in my nosebow. But alright, that is it for today's video. Like I said, it was pretty short and sweet, but I hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to like make it to where I don't have shadow marks on my face or like line marks, but alright guys, I will see you in the next planty video.